And I understand the whole idea of, well, like, see, now Xbox has them. And it's like, bro, Xbox puts their logo on a device where people buy PlayStation games through Steam. If that's the win you've been waiting for, congratulations. You won. Surely that's not what you thought was going to happen. And that's not what you were cheering on to happen. And that's all I'm trying.
It happened though, nigga.
I ended up deleting this post yesterday because I'm like, God, man, there's no point in posting it, but I will talk about it.
Wow.
I will.
Okay, so already, and like I said, I know I need to learn how to let the videos breathe, but I mean already, right? Mind you, I have to repeat this because what this guy says all the time, the narrative that this guy runs with all the time is that it's everyone else. But what you see, look at those eyes. This shit is eating him alive. Mind you, this is the nigga who fanboy console ward on Christmas motherfucking day.
Talk about it. And I saw this post from somebody. I don't even remember what their name was, but it trended a little bit. It got like 170,000 views. And it caught my attention. It came up on my feed too. And what it was a picture of the Xbox ROG Ally. And this person's, the caption said, I think it said, you can play all of Sony's exclusives. You can play every Sony exclusive or something along those lines on Xbox hardware. And I don't have a problem with that statement.
Oh, really? Wait a minute. Stop the fucking... What are you talking about it for? Cap. Then you wouldn't be bringing it up.
I don't even have a problem with that individual because I get it. Like, you're just throwing that out there. That's not a true statement, but you're throwing it out.
So what's not true about it? Right? The same way how you guys say, because wait a minute, we can do that same game, right? The Xbox guys, they can play that same game if they wanted to, because you guys say, oh, we get all the Xbox games, but wait a minute, there's certain games that are on the Xbox that aren't on the PlayStation. So that statement's not true, right? You see what I mean? It's just so funny. When the shoe is on the other foot, and the funny thing is, you niggas set the rules. Y'all set the standards. Now you guys are getting upset that you're getting held to the same fucking energy.
Out there, you're trying to get engagement on Twitter. I get it. The problem is that too many people jump on that, and then they grab it and they run with it, and they confuse the shit out of a lot of people.
Oh, really? Oh, or they enjoy the fucking W. Which you PlayStation guys refuse to give Xbox guys, right? It's always some type of bullshit. There's always some type of rug pull, some type of way to move the goalposts. It's always some type of asterisk attached to anything that Xbox guys are excited about, right? But it's not the same with PlayStation, right? It's never not the same. Boy, come on, man.
And all I'm interested in is keeping the facts straight. Okay?
Really?
And I guess maybe this is where it can get kind of difficult to do that when, like, because there's a question of how technical do we want to get. Exactly.
Oh, well, it all depends on conveniency with y'all niggas, right? It all depends with conveniency. And I just already shot holes right through that shit, right? Because it's convenient to say, oh, we have all the Xbox games on PlayStation, but it's not convenient when the Xbox guys turn around and say, oh, well, we can play all the PlayStation games. Then we're going to get semantics, right? Then we're going to be like, oh, well, that's not true, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, you guys are mad that you're getting held to those same standards. You're getting mad that people are forcing you guys to keep that same energy.
Exactly. Like, it's technically correct. And that's what makes it hard, where it's like, but the more technical you become, the more misled the consumer potentially can become.
Yeah. Yeah, because you care so much about the consumer. Shut the fuck up, MBG.
And that's why it's important, where it's like, listen, man, I understand that there's this kind of like gotcha type rhetoric, you know, of like, if we can make this statement, you can play all of Sony's games.
And I repeat, this is the guy who console war on Christmas, but continue.
On Xbox hardware. I understand the we got you moment, we're dunking on you moment. People need, like, the consumer needs to be properly informed, though, where that, like, bro, if you try to tell somebody that if you buy this, I'm assuming it'll be like 700-800.
Okay, well, how about this then? Then properly fucking inform them then, MBG. We're all ears, right? Because you're about to go on a cope session for damn near 5 hours, and we're going to react to it all. Not all of it, but you get the best part. Shout out Astro. I mean, explain it then. Because all you're doing is speaking in pejoratives, right? And you guys aren't slick. You're not slick at all because you won't say specifically what's incorrect because you know what you're saying is a whole bunch of bullshit.
$900 for this handheld. They're going to get kind of screwed over if they are doing so under the assumption that, so I'm going to be able to play like Death Stranding 2 and Wolverine and, I'm going to play all my Xbox games. It's like, that's not the...
But it is the truth. And it's funny how you care about them getting screwed over, but what about the people who bought a PS5 Pro? Don't you feel like they got screwed over? See, but they don't want to talk about that. What about the games on the PS5 Pro that run worse than on the base PS5? Those people got screwed over, right? But you'll never talk about that, right? Real convenient. You're so full of shit. Quit acting like you care about Xbox users. That's not the case, bro. You seen that image and it got you upset because the same type of shit that you guys have been running around, sticking your chest out saying, now the Xbox guys are doing it and it tears y'all up inside.
Asterisks, I think that's what it's called. Like the caveats that come along with this hardware are critically important because they're going to have a major determining factor on like what exactly you can and cannot do with this hardware. And that's what annoys me the most is that you are seeing people sacrifice, clarity and just, straightforwardness of like what this thing can and cannot do and what you should expect with it in the name of, again, trying to dunk on others and have these gotcha moments.
So debunk
Another
it.
thing I want to point out specifically with that wording from that, what that
You didn't point out anything, but debunk it then.
person said is like, bro, I've been every day for the last 6 years, I've had people coming to me and telling me, you can't call these games exclusive anymore.
Why were they saying
that?
that?
They're not PlayStation exclusives. They're not exclusive to the PS5. Why is that? Because Sony went multi-platform. What are you talking about?
Oh my God, this dude drives me fucking insane, right? And this is revisionist history at its finest. This is the shit that you guys were telling the Xbox guys. When the Xbox guys started putting their games on PC, you guys were saying, oh, they're third party. Sony does the same thing. Oh, but it's different. It's not the same. Watch and listen to him try to cope and say this shit. I already know that's what he's going to do.
They put their games on PC now. Well, they don't launch day one on PC, at least not all of them. Well, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore.
When you have games to play, it doesn't matter. We're not waiting 6 months for 2 games, MBG. I repeat, we're not waiting 6 months for 2 games. I mean, hello? Well, let's just keep it a buck. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. The time flies. Look at Stellar Blade. We're having the time of our lives on Stellar Blade now. I mean, it's just easy.
Multi-platform. And this is, and anytime I would attempt to acknowledge a Sony game as an exclusive, I would get harassed. I'd get put in my place.
Yeah, because it wasn't an exclusive. And it's so funny how you want to talk about misleading and things of that nature. You're misleading. Don't you think it'd be fair for the consumer to know that there's other places where they can get that game? Oh, no, you don't want them to know that because you want them to join your fucking PlayStation 5 cult. Like, I mean, this shit is just funny.
But as soon as something like this occurs, I can't help but notice how quick many of the same people are. Well, now it's okay to use the term exclusive, right?
Who's using the term?
How can you celebrate
Who's using the term exclusive?
Exclusives being available on a PC device, on a Windows-based device when that...
But and this is what I'm saying, you've gotten your wires crossed. And this is what happens when you try to do the whole Reforge thing, right? Because you're a lot more dense than Reforge. You know what I mean? You need to slow down, really think about what you're saying before you say it. You kind of do this thing, he does this thing where he just kind of stares off. into nowhere, racking so hard that little tiny marble brain. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Who's flexing exclusivity on PCs? Even though there are exclusives on PCs, right? Nobody really gives a fuck about that shit. But honestly, what are you talking about?
Already existed. Oh, that's right. You're picking and choosing when you want to use that term for when it suits you, when it's convenient.
What?
Well, at the end of the day, when
you know what, this is the perfect time because this is pony shit right now. I hear this term from Reforge all the time. This nigga's shadow boxing. You're shadow boxing. Who are you? Who are you even coming at? What are you talking about? You're saying that Xbox guys are going around saying exclusivity? Xbox guys don't care about that shit. What Xbox are going around saying is Game Pass, nigga. That's what they're doing. They're ringing home, telling their wife to throw on the green panties, nigga. They're saying full slate. They're not saying exclusivity. They're saying full slate. They're saying the quite exact opposite of exclusivity. They're saying that shit is over with. It's kaput. And they would be correct. Because as I stated in my last video, Sony sold y'all niggas out to Steam, right? And they did the right thing. They're trying to make money. But, I mean, let's just call it a bug. You guys have been third party. And you've just continued to sit around and you know, switch up the narrative, move the goalposts. Us PC guys, we've been holding you guys accountable. We've been putting you in your place and saying that these games are not exclusive, that you can play these games on the best, get the best experience for these games on PC. Hell, you can experience them how they're supposed to be experienced because let's just be honest, for the past 3 or 4 years, most of them have been fucking slop. You can play them for free, $99. That's the only thing that made me feel somewhat beneficial to my playthrough with The Last of Us Part 2 and Final Fantasy VII Remake, the remake of a remake of a remake of a remake. Goddamn. Was the fact that I pirated and I got to play it for free, $99, because both of those games were dog shit. Spider-Man 2 as well, nigga. I don't give a fuck. I'm spending the block today. I got time, nigga. If you niggas get the ROG Ally, you heard it from Sigs. Make sure you pirate it because the shit is fucking wonky. Yeah, that's what you can do on PC. Like, let's just keep it a fucking buck. But you probably like the Nintendo niggas. You niggas hear that, you start crying and shit.
When it comes to this Xbox ROG Ally, this is a PC device with an Xbox logo on it. It is a Windows PC device with an Xbox logo on it. Now, the major...
And you see, and I'm so tired of this because somebody's been listening to Reforge. This is the old, they just slapped an Xbox sticker on it. They're partnered together. Do a little bit of research. They're partnered together. They're working together to give the best product to their consumers. You guys are sitting here trying so hard to turn this shit into an L. It's just sad to see.
Caveats that I wanted to acknowledge that I think people do need to be aware of, and this is not some kind of fanboy thing where it's like they're taking our exclusives. Like, Steam already has our exclusives, right? Like, it's been that way since 2019, and it's gonna...
Oh, wow. It's been that way since 2019, and here you are finally saying it in 2025. It only took a fucking Xbox handheld. Wow, you heard it first. MBG finally admits it. PC Master Race for the win.
Gonna continue that way. There's nothing new here, and I understand the whole idea of, well, like, see... Now Xbox has them, and it's like, bro, Xbox puts their logo on a device where people buy PlayStation games through Steam. If that's the win...
Oh, dude, shut up. You see, and take apart a PlayStation, and what are you going to see? You're going to see AMD parts and everything. Is it an AMD box? Did they just slap a PlayStation logo on an AMD box? Like, oh my God. Like, yo... This is what we do it for. This is why we watch, right? Because it's certainly not for gaming content, because you guys certainly don't give a shit about video games. It's for the salt. You niggas are so down bad. And let me tell you, it is so fucking refreshing.
You've been waiting for. Congratulations. You won.
Yep.
I think it's
1 second.
A little bit bizarre, but
whenever I'm talking about these niggas, I'm gonna make sure I got my goddamn Steam Deck goddamn right here. Now that I know that this is their kryptonite, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make sure I got my damn handheld portable. Because we finally got some truth. All it took was some handheld PCs. I mean, goddamn. All you had to do was just pick it up and be able to put it in front of their face.
But the major caveats here are, what about the Xbox games? And this is where the conversation about what Microsoft is going to do with their next console gets most interesting. Because the rumor is that the next Xbox console will have some layer of emulation where you will be able to essentially emulate the console storefront that currently exists on the Series X and the Series S. Right now, you cannot do that on this handheld device. But what you can do, and this is important, see, this is where we need to make sure people understand what this thing can and cannot do, what you can expect. Apparently, if I understand correctly, which I believe I do, you can play any Xbox title that is Xbox Play Anywhere. Any Xbox.
Oh my God, this dude is so stupid. All of that just to say that you can play any game that's labeled Xbox Play Anywhere. We already know that, MBG. I mean, goddamn, I know you hid from this, right? I know you didn't want to live stream the showcase. I know you hid from this for a long time. I know you even got on here and tried to say that you had no interest in the goddamn device. But now you've done a little bit of homework and you're acting like you found some type of some type of major flaw. But quite literally, you're mentioning stuff that comes on the box. You're mentioning stuff that was said on the label. And you're talking about, oh, it's going to get interesting. We talk about their next console. Literally at the showcase, Sarah Bond looked dead into that camera and said, all of the games that we're showing are going to be able to be played on the handheld device. That lets you know about the future, right? Because like I said, we're talking about new games. Something you niggas have forgotten all about, right? You niggas have forgotten all about it. You guys are the new Xbox guys.
Play Anywhere title you can play on this handheld device. But that's not all titles. In fact, there's a lot that are not Xbox Play Anywhere. And so what that ultimately means for the person for the Xbox fan or player who buys this device is that there might be quite a few games through the Xbox store or on the Xbox side of things that you won't have access to. Now, that doesn't mean you don't have access to them at all. If you want to buy it through Steam, you'll be able to do that. If you want to buy it through the Epic Games Store, you'll be able to do that. But ironically enough, when it comes to the Xbox storefront itself, that's where the biggest limitation is. And that is a lot of games. While we're like, if that's true, I didn't actually look into that. I don't know what that number is. If the number you're saying it's 1,000 games, if that's true, that's a lot. And they offer a remote play on it, and you can play through the cloud. So there are alternatives. But I do think this is important to highlight because, to me,
dude, you're just talking out your ass. Like he said, 1,000 games. I mean, I can pull up the list because I seen the list, ironically, just floating around because all the ponies are running with this narrative, right? And look how quick I can pull this up. I mean, goddamn, bam. I mean, look at this shit. Let me just look at this shit. Look at this shit. And this isn't including, or maybe it is including the games that are coming out, but there are new games that are going to be coming out in the future that haven't been announced that are on this shit. For people to sit here and act like this shit doesn't have games, I mean, it's still just casually scrolling. This is how much these guys cap about this shit. It's insane to me. So save all that like, oh, I'm fake worried, I'm fake concerned for the consumer. No, you're not, MBG, and we see right through that shit.
That's the big difference maker, I think, where I almost wonder if Microsoft is in the process of experimenting and seeing if people are okay with this, mainly Xbox players. If
people are okay with being able to access Steam, have more access, have an open platform, be able to access more game stores, are people okay with this? This is what I mean. Like, you poor guys, like I said, they're just so used to getting bent over. It's all they know. I think the term is Stockholm syndrome. It's a sad thing to see.
Okay with we're actually not going to move over the storefront to the next Xbox. The Series X and Series S Xbox storefront that exists, we're kind of just going to let that slowly die and just be left behind. I almost wonder this because it's like if Play Anywhere is their new initiative where it's like we want games to be Play Anywhere enabled, that is what will make it so that they can work across all devices. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's preferable to having to bring, because the big question that everybody has, and this is the second caveat is that when people say, you can play all of Sony's games on this Xbox device, it's like, well, are you, like, if you buy this, let's say it comes out in like November. If you buy this in November, you're going to be able to play Ghost of Yotei?
Oh my God. Dude,
no.
Do niggas want to play Ghost of fucking Woke-tay? Hold on, let me get in my bag. I'm about to type that. Hold on now, right? I'll be fair. We haven't seen it yet. We'll see. But do they want to play Ghost of Yotei? Right? It'll eventually come, and they'll get the better version, right? They'll get the better version, and like I said, they'll even get to play it for free 99. Maybe if they just want to test it out and see what it's about, they'll get to play it for free 99. It's the better option.
And that's where somebody will say, "But I'll wait," and it's like that's fine, but we need to answer that question. So when people are trying to decide, if you're somebody who's excited for
no, we don't need to do that. You just need to stick your chest out and stand on it and say that you're a PlayStation fanboy. And just hold on to the fact that, oh, well, Sony's going to money hat it. Sony's going to make you wait a year. Go ahead and say that, because we've heard it a million times and it's not moving anybody's decision. It's not changing anyone's opinion, right? It's still PC Master Race. Everything still leads through PC. It's still going to end up on PC. It is still the best place to play it at. And you'll probably be able to get better deals on it if you don't want to go, the free 99 route. If you want to get it for a nice discount, you can get a nice CD key for it. So what are you talking about? And then on top of that, let's just be honest, right? Because you're talking about Ghost of Yotei or whatever, right? That has decent reception, right? But the other game, Intergalactic, let's just be honest, that's not showing the best reception right now. So, I mean, like I said, things have changed. Niggas need to wake up and smell the coffee, goddamn.
Ghost of Yotei. If you're excited for Wolverine or future single-player titles from Sony, if you try to convince everybody that that's what you can expect, or even like, GTA 6, right? Like at launch anyway, until it eventually comes to PC, like it's important for the consumer to be informed, because I could, and to be fair, that's not on me. It's just I see a lot of misinformation going.
It's not on him, but you're throwing on the cape. It is on you, though. It is your responsibility as the Pony Defense Force. Yes, it is, you little bootlicker, you.
Going around, man. Dude, listen, you may think that's silly. Dude, the amount of people I see where the main focus for them on this hardware is the fact that it can play PlayStation games, which is ironic. Because it's like, I don't, wait, what? This thing's going to be more expensive than a PlayStation 5.
Exactly. Exactly. You would rather them just go and buy the PlayStation. That's why you're upset. So it's surprising to you that people are interested in playing games that they haven't had access to before? I mean, can't we say the same thing about you PlayStation guys? Didn't you guys, like, let's just go look at your top sellers. I guarantee you it's going to be nothing but Xbox. Like, what are you talking about?
You're saying that's like 3 games that will eventually come to PC?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I understand. See, that's the thing.
And you're getting ratioed by your own chat. Like, simmer it down. That's exactly what I was getting at. He said 3. If you're going to include Death Stranding, I guess. Literally, 3 games, right? Ghost of Yotei kind of had a mixed response. Intergalactic, let's just be honest, people are shitting on it. Could it be good? It could be good, right? But people are not chomping at the bit to play this shit. Only PlayStation fanboys are chomping at the bit to get their hands on fucking Intergalactic. I mean, come on, bro.
I'm not trying I want it to be made clear that I'm not the person saying these games are not coming to PC. I am not that person. Okay, like there are some PlayStation players who, for some reason, like they think Sony's gonna like go back to the way things were. I don't know why they think that. I'm not that person. I'm just the person that's trying to make sure everybody's on the same page, that it's great to be excited for upcoming for PlayStation games. It's great to be excited for that. But Ghost of Yotei is only going to be on PS5 for probably quite some time.
Okay, now here comes the continued.
That's important. No, I want to make it clear. You're right. It's not a flex. You're right. I don't believe it's a flex. Saying that Ghost of Yotei is not going to be on PC day one or on this handheld, I don't think that's a flex.
Then why'd you bring it up, MBG? Oh, because I want to make sure the consumer knows. Because I want to make sure that people aren't misled. Like, nigga, Sony has been money hiding games for as long as I can know. When that's what they do. This is not new information. You know, be real. You're bringing it up because you're in your feelings.
It's just the reality of, like, this is a game that, at least for me, and I can't speak for everybody, but I think for a lot of people, at least a good chunk of people, you know, not an insignificant number of people is what I'm trying to say. This is a big, exciting game that they're looking forward to. And I just, you know, I guess I just look at it from the perspective of, like, I look at it as like State of Decay, right? I want to know if State of Decay is going to be on PS5 day one, because if it is not, I will go where it is day one.
Oh, go ahead and get your $80 ready, nigga. And then they'll even throw a PS5 Pro Enhanced sticker for your pony ass, nigga. Don't worry, Microsoft will make sure that you can buy it on your PlayStation. Don't worry.
That's important for me to know. I don't want to, and I certainly would not want to buy a device assuming, you know, like, I don't think, I'll put it to you this way. I don't think people should have made a purchasing decision yet for the PS5, assuming that literally every game is coming day one, because we just don't know that yet. It seems like that's going to happen.
I mean, if you would have shown this guy 2 weeks ago, like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, you guys, it doesn't seem that way on social media, right? Isn't that what we're talking about? The landscape of social media and how people are running around with misinformation? I guess you're just blind and you're oblivious to people, all the PlayStation fanboys running around saying that all of the Xbox games are coming and that it's a Xbox state of play and shit like that, or not an Xbox showcase, but a PlayStation showcase, right? Because y'all niggas haven't had a showcase in like 3-4 years, right? So, I mean, goddamn, like, shit. Joe Biden, goddamn, was in office the last time y'all niggas had a showcase. I mean, shit. Oh man,
it seems like that's highly, highly likely, and it would be, I think, surprising to some people if that's not what happened. But we still don't know. You know, we still don't know if there's going to be certain titles that just, for whatever reason, not out of like spite or even business, it's just like we just didn't get around to it. Whatever it might be.
We just see, this is what I mean. You got to stop just talking. Like, this is so crazy. The fact that you try to put your head into like these corporate meeting rooms and that you think that there's really conversations where they're just like, oh yeah, that IP, that intellectual property, yeah, it's just sitting around out back. We didn't get around to it. Oh, we forgot that we had it. You fucking dumb fuck. They know all the IPs they have, nigga. And they keep up with it. And they have projections on how much money they can make for putting it from certain places. They just choose to money hat it because they want to make consumers jump over the Sony paywall in order to enjoy their software. I mean, and you're sitting here, whether it's out of spite or whatever, like they're in there, like they're in those decision rooms, console warring, nigga. I wish they could see the stupid shit that you're saying, bro, so they could laugh you out of the fucking room, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you worked in one of those places, nigga, before the end of the day, they would send you to the nurse. They would check you out. They would think you're awesome shit, nigga. You would end up getting drug tested by the end of the day if you came in there with these talking points. But like I said, niggas wanna act like they're having serious conversations to inform consumers. No, you're not, dude. You're literally running around with console fanboy rhetoric, and you're pulling shit out your ass.
You know? But yeah, I feel like people are starting to act up a little bit.
Oh,
people are starting to act up with this Xbox handheld, and I think that they're trying to well, let's just face it. I did say this in my video today, and I see it out on display. There are certain people who are trying, they're trying to clap back because it's like, yeah, when Microsoft announced that they're putting their games on PlayStation or whatever games that they have announced, there are people who got crazy with it, where it's like, I'm going to use this as the biggest hammer to crush you with.
It's almost like, right, there were rhetorics, there were standards, right? It's almost like there was some type of game that was being played, and we were keeping score, right? And there was a goalpost. And now people are forcing you to keep the same energy. We're talking about exclusives. We're talking about what games are available on platforms, right? And now that Microsoft has checkmated niggas, now it's all up. Now niggas is upset. You see what I mean? Like, it's crazy to me.
And now that, because, people are looking at it as like the tables, have turned. How the turntables, right?
Yeah, it's a checkmate. Quite literally, you've been checkmated.
It's like, well, look at that. These games are available on this device that has an Xbox logo on it, and so I can technically buy this Xbox device and play your...
I love how it's a device with an Xbox logo. No, it's an Xbox device, nigga. Like I said, do we say that PlayStations are AMD devices with PlayStation logos on it? Like, just dripping in disingenuousness.
We're exclusives, just like you can with our games. And I'm like, okay, yes, but you have to understand that, dude, Sony is not embracing Xbox.
Oh, but that's what makes it even better, nigga. That's what makes it even better. Fuck you talking about? What? They're not giving... Sony isn't giving it up. Yeah, we taking it. Microsoft is taking it. Phil Spencer's taking it, nigga. Fuck you talking about? What? You hear this nigga? Oh, Sony's not embracing it. Sony doesn't want this to happen. Sony's not okay with it. Well, then Sony shouldn't have put their games on fucking Steam. Like I said, Nintendo, I don't want to hear this from Sony niggas. I can understand hearing shit like this from Nintendo niggas, because them niggas, let's be real, Nintendo, and I hate Nintendo for that shit. I barely play any of Nintendo games because of it, right? Don't get me wrong, when the emulator comes out, I might check it out, see what the buzz is about, right? But I damn sure am not going to buy their hardware. I mean, that's fucking ridiculous. So essentially what I'm getting at is, you don't see Nintendo guys having an issue with this. You know what I mean? Sure, some of them might feel a little bit jaded in the handheld discussion, right? But they're not worried about their precious games because their games are locked away. Their games aren't on Steam.
That way. Like, that's the important thing that I think people fail to understand. That the win has come, like the win that... Let me see. Okay, let me make sure I word this correctly. The win that the enthusiast group of Xbox fans believe that they have received, it's not me who determines whether it's a win or a loss.
Oh, then what are you talking about? And this is what I mean. This is the guy who says, "Oh, when it comes to Microsoft, when they lost interest in competition, my interest in Microsoft went away." There's never going to be competition when you guys don't give Xbox their W's. The Xbox guys are saying it's a W, and you simply are just saying it's not because you're a Sony guy. It's really that simple. That's why people don't take your shit seriously. That's why people like you have been localified. That's why you're essentially a local now. Niggas don't even take you seriously. And that shit eats you up inside.
Boss, that's up to them. If they're cool with it, cool. It's disingenuous to overlook the fact that there was a major sacrifice, bro. Like, there was a major price that needed to be paid to make this happen.
What price? The console war? I'm sorry, MBG. I don't know if you know this or not, but you're talking to fucking adults who don't give a shit about that. Are you talking about the console war? What did Xbox guys lose? Other people can play their games? Who gives a shit? Like, what are we talking about here? This is what I mean. And you expose yourself. It's not your chat. It's not social media. It's you. It's the way that you think. That's why people always point and laugh at you. I mean, this shit is ridiculous.
And that was Microsoft giving up the fight against Sony. And ultimately what that means is that, yes, the next Xbox is going to be a console that is developed by Microsoft.
And if that's the case, if Microsoft gave up the fight against Sony, did Sony give up the fight against PC? Like, I mean, what are we talking about here? What sacrifice? There is no sacrifice. You just want there to be a sacrifice because you're keeping track and you're moving the goalpost, nigga. Crazy.
Where their goal is not to sell 100 million units. Their goal isn't even probably to sell 50 million, probably not even 30 million. Their goal is to just try to make sure that as few people leave as possible. And the reason for that is because growing the console, trying to be a major competitor in the console space is no longer a priority to Microsoft. Being the biggest publisher in the world is their priority. And I'm not here to say that that's right or that's wrong. What I'm here to say to a specific group of players, of gamers, of Xbox gamers, is that surely that's not what you thought was going to happen. And that's not what you were cheering on to happen. And that's all I'm trying.
It happened though, nigga. But it happened, nigga. It happened. Did you think that shit was gonna go? Who has a crystal ball? So let me get this right. So they have to predict the W. It has to go exactly to plan. So in order for you to get a W, you have to plan out the W and things have to go exactly the way that you planned. And then it's a W, right? Lord forbid that you work towards a W. Sure, you fall and you fail a couple ways, but at the end of the day, you end up with something that you're excited with, that you're happy with, that you find value in. That's not a W. I mean, what are you talking about?
Trying to say, man. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not expecting them to be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm done gaming and I completely give up on Xbox. It's not, it doesn't have to be drama like that. I'm just tired of seeing certain people who have spent literally years like hyping a very different narrative to the moment they realize what's actually happening. It's not even, it's not even a problem that they don't have a problem with it. It's that they're, I'll put it to you this way.
Yeah.
They have convinced themselves that this is the best outcome. And they now are projecting that onto everyone else and everything else. And it's like, dude, why weren't you saying that before it happened?
Oh, wait, no. We always told those niggas that PC was the way to go. Everybody always knew that PC was the way to go, right? But there was just always this boogeyman that came with PC. Oh, it's so expensive. It's such a huge leap. I'm telling you, it looks like Microsoft is trying to bridge the gap. Now, granted, I bought a custom PC and I saved up for like well over a year to get it. You know what I mean? And looking back on it, I probably overpaid on some things. I wanted to future-proof it, but I got a pretty good rig. I enjoyed it, and I'm going to ride until the wheels fall off. And then eventually I'll upgrade certain components to how I see fit. I mean, it is what it is, right? But, you know, when it comes to gaming, it's a journey. You know what I mean? And you're supposed to do what best suits you. And you're seeing Xbox guys, like I said, they're ringing home. They're telling their wife, they're telling their old lady to bring out the green panties. And it upsets you guys because let's just be real. There's not much for you guys to write home about, right? It's been a minute since y'all were able to ring home and tell your wife to put on the blue panties. That's all I'm saying.
Because you know what I can tell you is there were people saying that before it happened. There were plenty of people saying before it happened that it would be better if it was like this. I don't know, man. It's strange behavior. And I think at the end of the day, ultimately, though, and this is the good news, this is the silver lining. I think at the end of the day, ultimately, yeah, we are seeing the first major transition happening in real time.
Mm-hmm.
The first major transition that I think it's not going to be the last.
I'll correct you. The first major checkmate, nigga. The first major checkmate. And yeah, there's more checkmates coming, nigga. I'm telling you right now. Y'all see them games. Y'all see, it looks like, I'm just comparing and contrasting, right? Because I looked at the Sony State of Play and I looked at the Xbox Showcase. And I'm going to be honest with you. I rate the Xbox Showcase higher, right? I am very excited for Marvel Tokone. I think that's how it's pronounced. Just because I used to be a very competitive Dragon Ball Fighter Z player, right? I was actually like ranked top in the world when it came to that shit. I was a super fanboy. I've gotten over, 20 something days played on that shit. Just playing it nonstop. I really enjoy fighting games. So I am looking forward to that, but it's on PC. If you look at all of those games, they're all coming to PC. Most of those games announced in the State of Play are even coming to Xbox, right? So it's just like things have changed. Exclusivity is something that's only harmful to the gamer, right? And don't get me wrong, there's fanboys that are going to talk their shit. And it used to kind of just be fun banter. You know what I mean? But like I said, I mainly blame the PlayStation fanboys. Don't get me wrong. There's some crazy Xbox fanboys as well. But the main issue I have with the PlayStation fanboys is you guys won't give Xbox guys their W's. Like that's the biggest issue I have. And it just makes everything lame. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be fun. If it's going to be back and forth for competition, make it fun. You guys, you won't give Xbox guys their W's for the life of you guys. It's ridiculous.
Not just for Microsoft, but major changes that are coming in the industry. And I just think, I guess it's just the arrogance of it all, ultimately. What I'm really trying to highlight is the arrogance of people who have been consistently wrong, but yet they come out here and they and because of their arrogance, they're always the loudest, most obnoxious.
Oh.
And they're out here taking that victory lap. They're like the person.
And they're calling home, right? Saying, put on the green panty shit. You got me about to slip up shit. Shit, I'm about to call my old lady and tell her to put on the green panty. Shit. If he keep on crashing out, I will call my old lady and tell her to put on the green panties. Goddamn.
It's like you see that meme of the person who's in like third place, but they're out here like celebrating as if they won the gold.
Oh, and it's so funny because I think it's so funny that you say that because this is projection at its finest. You guys claim to be in first place because of console sales. When the funny thing is, we're talking about games. And all I've seen these past few days are people celebrating games. I've seen people celebrate games. I've seen people celebrate new hardware, access to new games. And I've seen a whole bunch of PlayStation fanboys upset. What have you niggas celebrated, by the way? Oh, I know what you niggas are celebrating. Console sales, right? Because that's so riveting for the consumer.
Everybody's looking at him like, what are you doing? That's what I'm saying. That is very much on display right now. And it's cringe, bro. It's cringe.
Uh-huh.
But what's even worse is that there are people that just like, they buy into it.
Oh.
And they're like, yeah, dude. Yeah. And it's like, oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Triggered. Look how triggered he is. Triggered. Seething. That little bald bean steaming. He's seething. He just can't believe what he's seeing right now. Upset.
I would love to know what you were saying in 2019 and 2020. 2021.
What is it? Are we in 2019? Do you have a time machine, nigga? Are we about to go out back and hop in the hot tub? Are we gonna take a time machine? What difference does it make, nigga? We're talking about today.
What were you saying about the Xbox Series X and S? What were you saying about Microsoft's strategy? Were you saying that it was the wrong one? Were you saying that they should have actually just put their games on PlayStation? What are they doing? This is crazy. Like, no, you know what they were doing? They were advocating for the exact same thing that I have been, that a lot of people have been for a long time, and that is greater competition. Not submission, greater competition.
And this is what I'm talking. He did it. Oh my God, he did it. I might have to tell her to put on the green panties. He did it. Here goes the competition. It's like, I'm telling you, I should start playing bingo while I react to this shit. There goes the competition spiel. You won't give them their W's, nigga.
Now, granted, they did submit. Maybe they had no choice. I mean, there's an argument that can be made there, but I get it. Your only option at this point is to just say you were wrong, give up the ghost, and walk away. No, I don't think that's your only option. But I'm saying, why are they out here flexing, bro? Like, it's like I was just told that saying Ghost of Yotei is a PS5 exclusive isn't a flex. Okay.
By your own chat, nigga, and you're still seething. Nigga still upset. Oh, I gotta take a fucking snippet of that. Oh man, that just might be the goddamn thumbnail. The hand and all. Oh my God, yeah. Oh yeah, we're taking a picture of that, nigga.
Why is this PC handheld with an Xbox logo on it a flex? That's what I need to know.
Well, first off, there's so much disingenuousness. Why is this PC handheld with an Xbox logo flex? Well, first off, the Xbox handheld, it's a flex because it can play PlayStation games, nigga. It's a flex because the whole slate's gonna be on there, nigga. And Game Pass is gonna be on there, nigga. And it's portable, nigga. And you can dock this shit too. That's why it's gonna be a flex, nigga. No.
I don't know. I don't get it. Omen86, you're saying if Sony could block their games on the Asus ROG Xbox, they would. They're probably looking into it. I've been seeing people say that. I'm not.
And look, another bingo. Sony's gonna block it. Sony's gonna block it. Wait, please. Like I said, Gabe Newell's gonna laugh these niggas off the fucking phone. Y'all don't know shit about what you're talking
Convinced
about.
Of that though. I'm not convinced of that, Omen. I don't think Sony, because
Sony wants the money. Only you guys are in this fanboy bullshit. Sony wants the money. They need the money. They're constantly telling you guys they need the money. They're telling you niggas to buy remakes. They're begging you niggas to buy remakes. Look at Square Enix. They were begging you niggas to buy games, right? Then you got that little fuck Persona Speaks, right? That nigga has the nerve to open his fucking mouth, has the nerve to flap his fucking gums talking about some, oh, well, now you guys have a chance to buy it. So you better buy it or it was all just talk. When y'all punk asses wouldn't even buy the shit. I mean, we see right through the bullshit, man. We see what the top selling games are. They're Xbox games. I mean, come on.
I look at it from the perspective of like, the only time I think Sony would want to do something extreme like that is if they genuinely felt threatened. If they genuinely felt threatened. You know? Like, man, if people end up deciding, if people realize that they can play like any game we put on PC on this PC handheld that has an Xbox logo on it, they might not buy PlayStation 5s anymore, dude. And it's like that. That's not going to happen. Like the most important thing in all of this, truthfully, you want to know why Sony's not threatened? Because this device is going to price so many people out. You're gonna people lost their mind at the Switch being as expensive as or the Pro being $700. Meanwhile, I see people still overlook the fact that all the Xbox consoles themselves got, they got price raises, but it's like, yeah, it's because
No, nobody overlooked that. Everybody said that was stupid. Everybody said that was a major step back from Xbox in the classic Xbox fashion. Everybody condemned it for what it was. I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, this handheld's gonna be like $800 probably minimum. And so it's like, you really gonna spend $800 on?
Look, I'm not, but people buy Asus ROGs, man. People buy them shits. 30 million people bought an Xbox, man. And what you have to understand is this can do more than what a regular console can do. This is a mini PC. When we start talking about GOG games, pirating, emulation, things that you guys rather just pretend don't exist. But let's just be honest, they make the user experience go through the roof.
On a handheld to play PlayStation games? Well, it's like, no, because I'm going to have PlayStation games, Xbox games, Steam. And it's like, okay, that's fine. But it's like, how many other people do you think are going to do that with you?
Who? So it's a popularity contest. I don't give a fuck. What you eat don't make me shit. I don't give a fuck what the next person's doing. I care about myself. And I'm so glad that you said that. Now we're starting to see, and all the rumors are true, about why you switch sides. This really is just a popularity contest to you. I mean, this shit is sad. Really? Who else is going to do that with you? Who cares how many people do that shit with you? Is the hardware good? Are you going to benefit? I could care less if I'm the only person who's doing it, if it benefits me. I mean, I thought we were supposed to be having an adult conversation that helps benefit consumers. Or are we just running along with the narratives and doing what everyone else is doing? You've already contradicted yourself so many times, it's ridiculous.
Do you think it's going to be 10 million? Do you think it's going to be 20 million? Dude, it's going to be less than probably 5 million.
We'll see.
And it's like, that's fine. Because again, Microsoft doesn't care. I don't care.
Shut up. You obviously do care, right? You don't, but you ranted about it for 5 hours. You obviously do care.
But it's just the realization that the people who are like running these faux victory laps, they don't understand that, like, dude, you're celebrating something. And I want to make it clear, like, I'm not directing this towards people like New Soul 9 or normal behaving people. Oh. This is not directed towards you.
Oh,
it's the weirdos, dude, and God knows they're more prevalent than ever.
Yeah,
it's like
the weirdos.
You are celebrating something in a way that looks so strange and so bizarre because it's like this exists right now. There's $1,000 premium handheld where you can play Sony's games on it right now. You could play any Xbox game that's available through PC, and I think Xbox Play Anywhere. You can have access to Game Pass. You can have access to Steam and the Epic Game Store. That exists right now. So that's not me saying you shouldn't be excited for this handheld. That's me telling that dude in the back, or even in the front, because who knows these days, they're everywhere, that's out here popping the champagne, dying of laughter, being the loudest, most obnoxious person in the room. It's like, dude, sit the fuck down. Like, what do you look like a jackass. There's
sit the fuck down. You look like a jackass. You look like a jackass. You're going to tell me that Ghost of Yote not coming for a year is not a flex? You look like a jackass. Celebrating how you're going to be able to play Sony games on Steam? Taking your victory laps, but he doesn't care, by the way. Dude, you've done turned to a whole PlayStation fucking Karen. It's priceless.
No flex here, bro. Microsoft is pretty much sacrificing their own storefront to make this happen. The flex from the consumer perspective is, oh, wow, more options. And that's great. That is a flex. The flex from.
So what are we? So is it a? So that's all that everybody's been celebrating. More options, more accessibility, being able to merge their libraries, having access to new games that they didn't have access before because of slimy platformy things. What ain't that what Phil Spencer said? Slimy platformy things? Okay, now these niggas find a way to get around that, right? A loophole to get around that. Sure, there was a loophole before, right? But like I said, brand loyalty. I'm not saying that it's going to sell 5 million. I'm not saying it's going to sell 3 million, 2 million. All I'm saying is I can see the benefit of it. And I can see how this could be a W. I can see how Xbox users could flex this, especially going off of the narratives that you guys try to run with, right? And it's just funny how, of course, you guys can't see it, but you choose not to see it.
From the Xbox enthusiast, Xbox fan perspective, is non-existent because it's like, dude, they're giving you something that already exists right now, and you're trying to weaponize it. That's the problem. That's the problem, is the weaponization of it all. I'm not trying to weaponize Ghost of Yotei. Sony's trying to weaponize Ghost of Yotei. I'm not. I'll tell you right now, Sony, you want to drop Ghost of Yotei day one on PC? Go for it. Go for it. Who knows what's going to happen to your console sales? Probably nothing. But go for it. I don't give a shit. You know?
This reeks of like, oh, I don't care what my girl does. She's coming back home to me. I don't care where my girl goes. She's gonna come back to me. Go ahead, dude. You want to smash my girl? Go ahead, bro. That's cool. That's cool. I don't care. We're in an open relationship.
But Sony, they're like, well, we don't want to lose console sales. We want people to come buy our console, so we're not going to do that. Not now, anyway.
Oh, Lost Soul aside, anybody?
I don't know. It's just been a very bizarre display to witness, man. Because yeah, people they keep diving into it and leaning into it, and it's like, all right, man. I guess so. I guess that's. I don't know.
Well, there you have it, guys. This has been your boy Sigs and Serial. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.